and welcome to my channel. I'm the Angry Simmer, and today's video is a fun build that is inspired by San Francisco, is inspired by Easter, it's inspired by pastels, it's just inspired. That sounds hilarious to me, but this is the build, or I'm calling this the Painted Ladies build. It's, like I said, inspired by San Francisco. So in San Francisco, there are these beautiful Victorian homes that are all kinds of crazy colors. And I found them, I had already seen them once before in life, but I had found them again on Pinterest. Going through, I just saw a painting that was this beautiful pastel blue with some golds in it, and I was like, oh, I want to paint that. And then I kept looking around at that sort of idea of things and found the sisters and just was super inspired by it. So that's what we're doing today. And the idea here is, if you watched yesterday's video of the family that we made with the wealthy and kind of, you know, Don Lothario type dad, is he's trying to invest in some real estate. And so what he's done is he's found 3 of these beautiful painted sisters that were dilapidated, and last time that they were given any real care was in the 1950s. So I added in some really cool subway tile and the penny round tiles in the bathrooms and kitchens, and it just gives it a fun flair. And so he brought them to Brindleton Bay to use as apartments to make some moolah, to make some simoleons. And so he's hired me to remodel and get these girls going and looking their best again. And you can see the black one, the pink one, and the blue one. We're working with kind of 3 different interesting and unique ideas for each of them. They're going to have the exact same floor plans and you know, about the same quality materials in all of them. But the first one is inspired by my friend June, who is kind of a little bit spicy of a human being. She's really into Gothic style clothing, and she kind of always to me has reminded me of like a Gothic Snow White. And so this one is for her, that build anyways, and it ends up actually being my favorite out of all of them, even though I was really only meaning to build the pink one, which happens to have my favorite Felixandre, however it's said, doors. And I tried to use the windows, but they just don't fit. And then of course we use Peacemaker for most of this. And then actually in the blue one, which is way more my aesthetic, is a lot of stuff from Cats and Dogs. So yeah, all around good stuff. Now I do want to mention that with this build, I had just finished up doing the family that you guys saw that was Max's Match. So I had taken out everything of mine that I thought consisted of alpha, sort of CC, except that I always keep Felixandre in my game. And I think a lot of people consider his stuff alpha. So, but Felixandre, or Ander, however it's pronounced, and Peacemaker are what I used in here, other than just base game stuff, and then a few things here and there that are not by them that are still, you know, Max's Match, I guess, technically. Although there was some stuff that I was finding, I was like, I couldn't believe that was, you know, that was Peacemaker, and this is Peacemaker. And it's just, he's got an amazing suite of just everything you need. So here's me trying to use those windows I talked about. They're beautiful, so beautiful, but there's not a thin side one, so that didn't work. And yeah, by the way, the windows that I use on the goth house, we'll call it, they are actually recolors of the vampire windows that Peacemaker did. So Peacemaker, for some reason you're watching, I could use like some pastel goth stuff that would have made this build a lot easier, because yeah, I didn't have any of the greens and pinks and blues that I needed, or purples, to really add the wow that being in that particular window would have made it. And I'm horrible at recolors, so I can't do that. So but the middle one I'm going to call the Lily Pulitzer house. So Lily Pulitzer was a designer that worked with Jackie Kennedy, made this really cool preppy northeastern style clothing, and it just yeah, and it turns into more of a Barbie house really, but that's where I started off. That's the inspiration that I had there, and it just, I love that one. But you will see it is just Barbie house to a T. And actually I ended up thinking these windows worked really well. I just wish we had a tall height one. Sorry, PC, I still love your stuff. But so over here on the basically Cats and Dogs build, out of all 3, really enjoyed the blues and the greens. Then it looks really green in that light, but I think I do switch over into not morning light, and it helps everything look just a little bit better. But I still think it turned out looking awesome, even in this like semi-sunrise sepia tone that's happening. The one thing I did struggle with a little bit on this one for some reason was the yard. So the idea is that these are for a real estate venture, so they're not going to put a ton of money into landscaping. And then on top of that, these houses typically don't have side yards and don't have large backyards, which works with the spacing that I put on them, but I should have probably pulled them up forward even more so that they were up against that driveway space, so that it was kind of the idea of like on-street parking. But I probably could have fit 2 more builds in on either side of it, and it just would have been the longest video ever. So fun story. This is actually the 3rd time I'm attempting the voiceover. And so far so good. I did, after the first time that my recording software failed, I did get the chance to kind of go in and edit some stuff out other than that jerkiness that I left in for some reason. But I did take a lot of that out and shorten it. We were at 35 minutes, and I took a lot of time and edited some stuff out and thought maybe it's just because it was such a long video. That's why the software was failing. So I took some stuff out, and it still kept kicking me off of voice recording. So yeah, I started working on going to do a voiceover for this at 9 a.m. It's now 11:45. So far so good. Hopefully I'm not jinxing myself, but just know this video had a lot of work that went into it, on top of the fact that I previously edited it. That sounds weird. Anyways, I previously was chopping it up to take it from 4 hours of recording time down to what we have here. So yeah, time and effort went into this sucker. But I do show you the bathroom builds on the goth side, and then pretty much I left in the master bathroom builds on the other 2, but cut a lot of stuff like that out that was unnecessary. But gosh, I love the colors in this. I don't know what it is. It's just so fun and playful, and each one really has a personality. So I'd love to see, like, if we had apartments, if we could do that. Sims team, Maxis, please. Also, I did intentionally leave the shaking in a little bit in this section, because once I move on to the bathroom, after I figure out if I wanted to go with like a traditional build, or if I wanted to go with modern on the inside of the gothic build, because that was a struggle, is do I make it modern goth? Do I make it, this is a traditional home? But anyways, I left in that struggle with the bathrooms on the goth side so that I could make a point to Maxis. So if you're listening for some reason to me and my IUCC builds, I don't know why you would, but here's me trying. It would be great if we could get the tab function in build. I know it's probably a huge amount of coding that would need to be done, but here's the deal. I have a lot of trouble in build and making these videos smooth because I can't. The walls are in the way, and maybe if we did the half walls, if I've got my camera pointed in the direction of a wall and I pick up a piece of CC that goes in a wall, maybe we should be able to put the wall up then. Like, it should just pop up because it knows that you're trying to put it on that wall right there that you're staring at. I don't know. But yeah, the tab function would solve a lot of problems. I know, we can't even select things while in gameplay in that function, but that'd be great. That would be really helpful if you did that, because right now the functionality of the camera having, just 2 angles that you can get to truly, it's not good. It doesn't make building very easy, my friends. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. So, fix that. Now that I've complained about that way past the point of where I was going to talk about it and moved on to, the outside, this was where, like I said, I struggled because I wanted to do so much more, and it just didn't make sense, because these are an apartment build for somebody who, while they like to show off that they're wealthy, they also like to be intelligent about spending their money. So, I kind of just decided that it didn't make sense to do all kinds of crazy stuff. so we move on here to our indoor section. I personally think I like the way this turned out. I really do. But I just kind of like decorating this. I had a little bit of a hard time because in this particular spot, if it was a human walking through where these couches are, no problem. But since we have to have tracking for the Sims, I don't think they're going to be able to sit there, first of all. Second, if you put a coffee table there, a human could sit down on any of those couches with a coffee table right there. It's plenty of space. But because it's Sims, they couldn't have used those two tables. So I kind of had to leave that looking a little less than what I wanted it to over there. But it's okay, because overall, I think the colors and the structure of this build really kind of just fixed it. So that's the bathroom I'm talking about. Look at all that. Look at that, Maxis. Come on. Tab functionality would help so much. Anyway, so we're moving on to what has to be my favorite part of this entire build. This kitchen turned out so good. I love everything about this Gothic build anyways. Wow, wow. Sorry, I guess I left that in too to show, I don't know why that's left in, that shaky crap that just, anyways. I swear I'm good at editing. But, oh, that's why, the lighting in there. I have this bright white tile down there and the black walls, and for some reason, light just doesn't want to work in this kitchen. Maxis, come on, make the lighting engine stronger. Anyways, but this kitchen, the butcher block countertop and the bright red oven hood and just goodness. This is the best kitchen out of all three houses. Another issue with the Sims couldn't walk there, but a human could. I'm just cranky today. I am the angry Simmer after all. I'm an angry little person. So I'm actually, on top of the software not working out, I'm kind of snowed in. And it's kind of snowed in that normal people would think about. Since I live in St. Louis, or the St. Louis area, the weather is crazy here. And so for one part of last night, the ground was warm enough that snow couldn't stick. But then it got cold enough and the roads got cold enough that it could stick. And so we have a layer of ice underneath snow. And that's why I'm snowed in. Because even though there's like nothing, like I can look out my window right now and my neighbor's yard field thing is dusted, is what I would call that, dusted. And yeah, it's dangerous. And people don't drive smart here. So instead of going to the gym and working out some of my just craziness that I have in me, I'm cooped up and staring at my house being a mess. And I guess it's, poignant because laundry day is coming out tomorrow and I can't wait to buy that. But I need to do laundry. So, and it's the worst part of laundry. I need to empty a basket so that I can take it in there to put clean clothes into, because it's a basket full of clean clothes. And putting laundry away is my least favorite part of doing laundry. I don't mind folding it. I don't mind, picking up the basket full of dirty. None of that bothers me. But putting it away is I'm not a fan. And that's terrible. But hey, so we're in the Lily Pulitzer / Barbie house right now, doing some decorating, using some base game stuff, or not base game, I have no idea what part of the game it came from, but actual game content instead of CC, and some mixed with some Peacemaker artwork, and it is just excellent. That's all I can say. This kitchen is probably my least, I guess the blue kitchen's the least functional looking one, but I don't know, I guess it's the lighting engine issue where these blues just don't show up as well. Oh, this is not Peacemaker or Felixandre, clearly, of cabinets, but they're Maxis match, they're recolor of the Parenthood cabinets, and honestly, whenever I saw the Parenthood stuff, I was in love with it. Like, it was the first game pack that I really, truly enjoyed. So, or the look of it. I'm actually really upset looking over the Laundry Day stuff. So, because we got to vote on it and I got to see the concept art, because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist and because I have art styles that I prefer, I really loved the concept work. I really loved what it looked like on pen and paper, but the way that it translated into Maxis, just I'm disappointed. It's just, that's all I can say about it. Is I expected one thing because I got to be part of the creation process, and it just didn't turn out the way my mind expected the full body outfit to be, expected how much clothing we were gonna get. Now, the functionality that's coming with it, that's why I'm gonna buy it. I love the idea of being able to do the laundry there. I love the idea of the cats and the kids being involved. I like the clothing line. I like that part of it, so I'm gonna buy it for that. And I'm sure the recolors that will be done of the dress will make me feel better about it. And that's another reason why I'm getting it. And now, the furniture side of it, I am a little disappointed in how the wicker stuff turned out. It's because I got to see it. It's because I got to see the concept art, and I thought of it as how I would do it, how I would work on it. That's what's wrong. So I'm gonna like the recolors of the stuff. I know it, and I like the idea of the stuff that they put in and the slots, and so I'll get over it. I'm still buying it. I mean, Maxis is still gonna get my money, so they win in the long run. But just maybe I shouldn't be allowed to be part of stuff like that, because I just didn't live up. If Peacemaker was in charge of it, I know it would have turned out the way I would have wished it to. So there's that. But speaking of Peacemaker, a kitchen full of Peacemaker content and game content. So yay. These cabinets make me so happy. They give me so much life and happiness. So even though this kitchen is kind of wonky, and I didn't realize it fully until I was actually taking the screenshots, and I was like, oh my gosh. Also, if you see me putting in the refrigerators and it kind of looks like I'm like, man, I have one that I have in my alpha file that's a 2 square one, and it just makes sense in a kitchen. It takes up those 2 tiles like a real kitchen does, or a real refrigerator does. It has that sort of space that just makes it feel a little bit better. Now, moving on to my favorite part of this entire build, other than the kitchen in the Gothic build. I guess hit the mic. I guess the Gothic side of this build was my favorite, even though it's not my aesthetic. I put red shiplap, blood red shiplap in the master bedroom over there. Put it in the full walk-in closet, which honestly, that's probably as close as Maxis is going to get to giving me a walk-in closet or any sort of like physical closet other than a dresser. So I'll deal with that. That's fine. But this just getting dressed area over here with the shoes outside, and then that closet and the vanity, and those really cool paintings, and the purse and the makeup, it made me happy. I'm a happy camper with that. And then it's actually funny, I'm mixing together game content and FelixandreSims couches in here, and I'm happy. Like, I don't even think I used any custom content in this particular bedroom. I know that the purse that's over there is, but these chairs are actually from the game, which is great. Oh, no, I used the FelixandreSims ones. They make more sense. But when I did the screenshots the screenshot for the family that has this place, actually used the not base game. I keep saying that. I'm going to think everything's base game because I don't use game content, but I use game content chair for them to sit in that first one that I showed you, just because it works better in my mind with the pose. It's a little bit more substantial. So, but in the bedroom, I just wanted to bring a little bit of the gold in to make that particular mirror work, because I knew I was going to use it. So this is the master bathroom in the goth build. I do show you the guest bath over here just because it's a little bit more interesting, because it's got that little alcove that's sharp, and I'm going to call it the vampire fang because, I'm basic like that. I will say, while I am a millennial technically, did not like Twilight. So there you go, kids. Not a fan. I'm gonna lose followers for that. No. But this bedroom I thought was really sweet. I think I've been putting in a lot of twin girl bedrooms. I don't know why, but I guess, I don't know. And I can't even say they're twin rooms, because I've shared a bedroom with siblings before, and we're not twins. We look like it, but we're not. Anyway, so we put in these two little pictures, and then I try to make any sort of tabletop work there, but they're all broken. Don't know why. Why do you do this to me, Maxis? Stop breaking my stuff. And then we move on to the bubbly pink Pepto-Bismol Princess Barbie castle here in just a second. And yeah, here we go. So this is the master room in the, we're gonna call Barbie room or Barbie house. And I actually think it looks cute. It's really, it's what I intended to build here. Just bright and pastel and happy and springy. And yeah, so I really enjoyed this one, even though it seems like it's a dollhouse, but hey. Oh, those were actually from City Living, I think, those curtains. But yeah, so I forgot that so many of my desks are broken. It makes me so angry. Also, let me know in the comments, guys, if I can get the software to run. For some reason, the website was down the other day. I want to do a video on the Sims 4 tray importer and how it's useful. If you guys want to see that, please let me know, because I personally think it's an awesome video to do, and it's one that I don't have to edit, so I'm so lazy. But a lot of the times it seems like, I was telling my mother-in-law the other day, the stuff that I don't have to edit very much, the easier stuff for me, you guys don't seem to like. So, you know, give me some feedback. I can't just use Tony and Anne's feedback for everything. I need everybody else to actually tell me what they want, because I know there's others of you watching. I can see it. So talk to me. Let me know what's going on. Give me some feedback. Give me some comments. And none of those crazy, useless stuff like that was dumb. Like, you know, hey, I'd like to see this. Be honest with me like I am with Maxis. But, you know, give me some love like I do Peacemaker and Felixandre, because, you know, your girl's got feelings. Anyway, I think the coffee just hit. I think so. It took it long enough today. Also, does anybody have that crazy flu that's going around? Like, it's apparently there's one that's like a nose cold, and then there's one that is just toilet death. And I am terrified. Like, I don't go out very often. We do a lot of traveling, actually, so I can't say that. But because I work from home, I don't have to be around people as often unless I'm going grocery shopping. And like, we went to my husband's cousin's birthday party, and his parents were sick and his sister was sick, and you know, the ones that were sick didn't show up, but there were, you know, the people that showed up are still around the sick ones right before they came over. And I've been feeling kind of off ever since. And I've got this weird immune system that, you know, fights it. Ooh, hit the microphone again. It'll fight it for so long, but I'll still get like feeling like my stomach hurts right now. But it's been like for 3 days where I felt like I'm about to get sick. You know that feeling of like, just come on, either be sick or don't be sick. And it's been my nose and my stomach, and I'm like, oh my God, the worst cold of my life is just on the precipice of the day. I just know I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, guys, I can't talk. So yeah, I guess I don't know why I told you guys that, but I forgot because I'm whining. So this guest bedroom though, I thought was really cute. Peacemaker and the flooring from Cats and Dogs just go together so well in this room, and there's just something about this blue tone that makes me super happy. Like, I like a pastel blue for Easter so much, and like seersucker or sheersucker, I don't know how to say it. It's the crepey filling material that's usually blue and white stripes. I love me some of that, and every year I want to find a dress like that for Easter, and then I remember that it always rains, is muddy and gross, and why am I going to go run around, you know, hunting Easter eggs, because my mother-in-law makes us do that, and I'm not opposed to it. I'm really not a grown-up on the inside. I'm a child. Yeah, I'm always looking for something like that, and forgetting that, you know, I'm going to play Easter games meant for children and that, and yeah, so I just need to wear sweatpants. I need to find like an Easter-themed adult jumpsuit sweatpants situation, and that would be great. But we're actually finally coming up on the screenshots here in a minute. I love the way this turned out. Let me know what you guys thought of it, what you want to see more of. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, hit the like, subscribe, and share button so you can share with your friends my craziness and my crazy stories and stuff like these beautiful mixture of Felixandre and Pinterest and Peacemaker there. But I guess I will see you guys later, and I hope you have a fabulous week, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye!